Hello and welcome back to the ASUS ROG Dota 2 Cup at I-51. Don't worry, the Call of Duty will be following us, but we are at 2-1 in this best of 5 series. This is the grand final, Dwayne the John Rockson against Infused. And it was a one-game advantage to Infused coming into this because they finished in the winner's bracket, so they're 1-0 up. Dwayne the John Rockson have, however, won both games that we've seen here today in the final. Dirk, how do you think it's been going?
It's been really going very well for Dwayne and John Rockson. They've showed two very different styles of play. One, heavy split pushing with that Naga solo mid, allowing him to farm up and pretty much just walk into the enemy base. Infused did have their moments with that Axe. They had the first 20-25 minutes of the game to themselves. In the second game, however, it was an absolute washover.
Yeah, it really was. It was, I think, the Rhyme Stack showing that they can work around a combination like that. I think that the problem was that, well, so we're going to see Infused picked up now, but that allows Ember Spirit, which is a pretty disgusting hero at the moment that you don't really want to play against. But I wonder if they'll just grab Ember Doom here and just sort of say, well, whatever. That way you can't pick Doom, but we'll see. Mirana instead. As we see Mirana picked in pretty much every game, I think Dwayne the John Rockson grabbed hold of Mirana.
And we've seen them run it in an aggressive try, defensive try, support played by Whelp as well. But this mainly is a block pick against Infused because they know they like the AA Mirana, then Crystal Maiden or Rubik or whatever they decide to go with. So it's not only them liking the hero and playing well with it, but stopping Infused getting that core hero that Richie loves to play.
Indeed. So, I mean, do you think we're going to see Richie on the Doom here, or do you think we're going to see maybe as more of a support Doom?
It's probably going to be Tone on the Doom, either solo safe lane or solo off lane, going into the jungle from time to time.
Right.
It depends where they want to put this AA. Shout out to Doubters, solo mid AA, completely legit.
A ban for Centaur. I think that he's been pretty big in these fights, actually, I think. But Storm Spirit ban as well.
Team ban.
I guess if you've picked Doom, it's safe to get Storm Spirit on the back of that. And Ember Spirit doesn't like Storm Spirit. It's quite tough, isn't it, for Storm Spirit, for Ember Spirit up against Storm?
It's quite even. It depends on the support rotations and depends on the positioning of the Storm, because Ember can solo kill a Storm. It depends on his skill build as well, because if you max Flame Guard, you've got to get up into Storm's face.
Right.
You won't take too much damage back from the magic that Storm throws at you, but then you won't have killing potential with Searing Chain and Sleight of Fist.
Right.
Whereas if you go the other way and go for Searing Chain and Sleight of Fist, you don't have the Flame Guard to protect you from the Storm.
Interesting. So this could be the final game today. If Dwayne the John Rockson are able to take it. But I'd like to see Infused come back here. Game 5, I know some of the stuff we're saying they wanted to, because we're a little bit behind because of some overruns with some other things. But so we've got at least one more game of Dota. There may be two. And the difference in the prize pool is quite big. First prize is 4,000, isn't that right?
4,000 is the total prize pool. So winner gets 2,000, second place gets 1,000, then third place, which was Reason, got 600, and Rasta, who were fourth, got 400.
I see, okay. Bane, banned. Bane, good counter to someone like Ember Spirit. Give that lockdown with Fiend's Grip. TA, we've seen Infused run TA quite a few times, and Sand King picked up. Okie dokie.
Radiant team pick.
Who plays Sand King for Dwayne the John Rockson, I think? Mute?
It used to be Mute, but he's switched to the offlane. Like we were saying the other day, they've basically got 3 supports in their team, Fadal, Whelp, and Mute, who all used to pretty much run the 5 role. Mute when he played in Reason. Dread was the farming support, while Mute ran around buying and placing wards. Whelp, same thing. Fadal, same thing. Now they've changed it around, so Mute is now playing offlane. Whelp and Fadal share farm, so there is no real 4 and 5. They're both getting farm equal in buying wards most of the time, dependent on their heroes. But Sand King, farm dependent. We might see that Sandstorm jungle build again. Yeah, but probably will.
I do think that Dwayne the John Rockson show that they have multiple players who can play multiple roles and heroes and play the same hero in different roles.
Yeah,
it's. I think that they've showed as well in that last game that they're very good at not getting caught out that often, and they were able to avoid at any point really falling to the wombo combo. As you said, that Doom was so big in there, getting in there, just making Tyrox's
tunnel vision the Magnus.
Yeah, the Magnus was just like, we don't care about anything else. If you can stop the RP, we know we can win this. Because otherwise, we get RP, we get pushed through the wall, and everything goes wrong for us.
Dire team pick.
Dazzle, Shadow Demon, very quickly picked up.
Radiant team pick.
That's going to be really annoying. Disruption into arrows. Sand King can then sit in the jungle and farm with Sandstorm. They don't really need that third support hero on the lane.
Actually, wait, why have Infused banned Bane? I was looking at that wrong. I kind of thought like the Rock would have banned Bane there because he counters Ember Spirit. But
Nightmare arrow combo.
Yeah, but you've got Shadow Demon arrow combo. I don't think you can worry too much about that one combo that you end up giving up Shadow Demon and not taking Bane yourself to counter Ember. But anyway,
5 seconds.
Dazzle
remaining.
picked up. They do like Dazzle.
That's why.
Yeah.
Well, that answers
Dire
all our
team
questions.
There you go. Lifestealer, one of my favorite heroes. A lot of fun to play if you like just punching stuff, which I do. And final set of bans now. How do you think they ran out their team? That this looks like an off-lane Doom then, or it could be. So, like I think this is more like an aggressive. Don't you
10
think?
seconds
Dazzle
remaining.
Lifestealer, maybe pick someone with a stun.
Radiant team
And then where do you run the AA? Solo
In
mid?
it? No, you don't.
Dunno.
But you could.
Has Dowder sat down instead of Tyrox?
Yeah, I think so. So then, all right, we've got AA, Dazzle, Lifestealer.
So I don't see them running aggressive tri lane either, really,
No,
unless
not with that.
Lifestealer
10
could solo
seconds
safe,
remaining.
and
Yeah.
then they run the Doom on the off lane
They
and have
could.
the supports.
5 seconds
But
remaining.
Stacking and pulling.
I think Richie prefers to farm with a support, especially ranged supports around him,
Dire
forcing
team pick.
the offlaner out. Who will probably be, or it could be Moran, it could be whoever else they pick. Centaur's gone, so they can't pick him. I was about to say Darkseer, I'm not kidding, it was on the tip of my
Radiant
tongue.
team pick.
Darkseer pickup, so he will be putting Iron Shell on things. It'll be down to A and Dazzle to finish off that Iron Shell creep. It's awful trying to farm against the Darkseer, but maybe they could have picked Lifestealer last, I don't know.
I'm still waiting for the day when we have a UK team who plays Lone Druid. So rarely see that.
That's a
hero.
very good point, we just don't see him.
10
So-
seconds remaining.
I guess now they're going to pick their mid. Who do you pick?
5 seconds
Tidehunter
remaining.
banned. They know that he was very strong in the last time, well, the first game, sorry.
Reserve time.
What would you pick here?
I don't know how they're going to lane this. Because, you know, they could run the Doom mid, they could run the Doom safe lane, off lane. The supports
Yeah.
can sit behind any one of these core heroes. I think they're going to be looking at a solo mid now for Tyrox. But I
10
don't know where to
seconds
go with this.
remaining.
Against an Ember Spirit, you might pick Shadow Fiend, but they pick a Pugna.
Well, that gives them some push potential. You've got Ember Spirit and you've got Darkseer, both casting a lot of spells,
Yeah.
cost a decent amount of mana, so the Netherward will help with that. Interesting. Interesting. We're going into game 3, although it's technically game 4. We don't play game 1 because there was an advantage for the winner. So this is
Prepare for
potential
battle.
decider here. Infused desperately need to win this game to keep their hopes alive. And we are going to have Richie as the Lifestealer, Cook on the AA, Elliot on the Dazzle. There will be a mid Pugna with Tyrox and Tone, possibly solo off lane on the Doom. That is some Doom set, holy moly. Look at that thing.
Kitted out. This is one thing I never really understood. Doom, his model has so much armor, but
Yeah, but he has low
he
armor,
has
yeah.
he has
It's one of those
0.5
weird
armor.
things, isn't it? It's so weird.
Over on the dire side, Tom on that Marana. So they've got this defensive tri-lane of Whelp, Faudal on the SK and SD. Solo mid Rhyme on the Ember Spirit and off lane, Mute on that Darkseer.
Indeed. So, this will depend on a few things, I think. If this Pugna
30
works,
seconds to battle.
he could be really good. If they can then dictate when and the fights do and don't happen, good Netherward placement, not to mention Doom, who can counter the Ember Spirit. So this could be Infused's game, could get to 2-2 and a game 5. This is not the pocket strat that I've been told they had. They do have one, but I don't think they're going to run it, especially not in a big game like
The
the game
Deciding
battle
12.
match.
begins.
BM pause.
No, the creeps haven't spawned yet.
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't.
Oh,
he didn't ask to go.
he didn't ask to
oh
go.
dear, here we go again.
Now he's stuck up there. You deserve that. And Cook will now spend a little bit of time punching Whelp. Look at this.
Out of range of Burrow Strike, cold feet.
He might.
Oh.
Oh, just not. They deserve that for the unmannered go. Question mark from Whelp.
Guys, what am I doing, guys? He's going to go all the way back to Fountain now. Got
Yeah.
no mana, very little
He
regen.
does, yeah. Not the best of starts. There's nothing sadder than a limping Scorpion. Look at poor old Sand King, when he's limping along, it looks so pathetic. Look at him, holding his side, devastated. Richie. I normally take an axe with me when I'm a lifestealer, but he hits so hard, base 64. You shouldn't really need the culling blade, but I always get one just because I'm terrible at last hitting. Richie is not terrible, he's very good at last hitting. Tony needs to be careful here. Mute can do a lot of damage to him just with this ion shell and some punches. Who do you doom in the fight? You've got to doom the Ember, haven't you?
You've got multiple targets. Ember, you're right, would be the primary target. But if you find the Darks here before he casts any of his spells,
yeah,
he could be a good target for you as well. Mute's being very aggressive, getting some hits off on Tone.
The only thing I would say is that if they can disrupt the Ember when the fight starts and then focus the Doom down, Ember can pop out of the disruption and not have to worry too much about the Doom. You know, maybe finish him off, get a sleight of fist off before he can get Doom.
Now this is how you play Pugna. You use Nether Blast first and then Decrepify.
Yeah,
so many people use Decrepify first and try and get the Blaster on top of it.
Yeah, much easier the other way around. That channel time for the Nether Blast. Oh, Rhyme, Tyrese needs to be careful here. Rhyme almost dying. He's gone for the Flame Guard Searing Chains build. Top possible action. Might go on Richie here. Richie's pushed very far up. If they can get a stun off here, but no, they don't.
He can always rage through, though. It's possible to rage straight after the disruption.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But there's also a way to make the arrow hit before he can rage. If he's, let's say he's disrupted here, if you can get the middle of the arrow to be like this, then you can stun him before he can rage. But if you get the point of the arrow to hit him, he can actually rage before he gets stunned by the arrow.
Huh. The other thing is, of course, because they have the extra stun from Well, they can set it up with that and the arrow rather than the disrupt if they need to.
Yeah. There's quite a few sort of frame perfect things.
Wow, Mute is
creep skipping now.
Creep skipping. Ugh, I hate that. And Tone lumbering along. Oh, he could be in trouble here.
This is how you play Darkseer against the Doom. I mean, before we saw him in a tri-lane, so it wasn't really possible. But Mute knows that Doom's going to try and devour the creepy ion shells, so he goes and casts it on himself.
Yeah, absolutely. And creep skips. He's got that shield. And he's a tough little peanut anyway. There's the Soul Ring.
So hard for Rhyme to last hit in his lane. Every time he gets close to the creep wave, 73 base attack from that Pugna on top of the blast, which he's throwing out non-stop.
Crazy. Because he's got that null talisman, but why does he have... He's just got a really massively high base attack damage. That must be one of the higher ones in the game.
Look at his intelligence. I think
Yeah,
he's got the highest
38.
int gain in the game.
Yeah, he has. No, he absolutely has, yeah. I know that much. I don't know much, but I know that much. So this could be... I mean, Rhyme's basically got 8 last hits. He's normally at the top. I mean, here he is. He's behind Pugna, Doom, and Lifestealer, so good play mid. Pugna maybe, I didn't realize Pugna was a good counter to Ember, but apparently he is.
Stops him getting close to the creep wave.
Here we go. Disruption going in. Richie will sort of rage and body block so that any stuns or arrows, he will be able to eat them. Rhyme going in, there's the Nether Ward down. Tyrese lacking mana. He can't do the entire combo. He could, actually he's got, because look at his int game. Because it's 46 already, and he's going to get this regen rune, which is just the best rune. Trouble top. Richie, a little bit overextended, rages and gets out of there. He does have Elia behind with Shallow Grave ready, and Cook is only level 3. Once he hits level 6, I think things will change for them in a big way.
Noting Ember Spirit, 2 armor, even though he's an Agi hero. He's got one of the lowest armor values in the game.
Wow. Oh, Rhyme needs to be careful. If that Nether Blast had caught, I think that could have been bad for him with the life drain on top. But that Flame Guard doing a good deal of work blocking that damage. Yeah, gets frozen up, but he's going to run back. 0-0, still haven't seen a first blood yet. This game is pretty well balanced. I'm impressed with the way that Tyrox is doing mid against Rhyme. Rhyme is getting nothing. There's the stun
Cook.
going on Cook. Arrow, but
Nice
Richie
by
blocked it.
Richie.
That was a great block from Richie, and Cook is able to walk away with that shallow grave. That was a great body block from Richie, like the president's body. And Ryan, on just 192 health, is pushed out again by Tyrox.
I'm dedicated to catch first blood here.
Yeah, no, we've got to. Which lane? You watch a lane and I'll watch a lane and we'll catch it.
I'll keep switching between them.
Yeah. How's Tone's farm now?
He's
Well,
level
he's
6.
doing all right, yeah, he's doing fine. And now he's like, well, Dogs, if you want to come at me, you might have some trouble.
Yeah.
Richie's farm, not bad, given the lane he's up against. 24 last hits is pretty good, given that Mirana's only got 25. Oh, coming around the back here as well, looking for something. Tyrox, with that invis, looking to get someone top, and we'll just push instead.
But now
Another
he's
blast.
given Rhyme some space to farm. under
Yeah,
his lane.
I think that's a mistake. But if he hadn't rotated, he might have died to Whelp, you never know.
Dire's bottom
And
tower
by getting
is
down there
under
and pushing this
attack.
tower, I mean, you know, that's good. Look at the damage that that blast does to the tower.
Radiant
Do you get
structures
mana
are
boots
fortified.
first on him and just sort of spam your spells? I mean, this is going to be a first tower here. What's happening top? Lots of pings. Going down. Well, wants this. He's diving pretty hard. Sandstorms to dodge everything. So they didn't get the tower. Mute denies it, actually.
Dire's bottom tower has been
And Rhyme's farm, look how quickly he's recovered. He's now got 28 last hits. When Pugner left the lane,
Radiant's middle tower
he had
is
like
under
11 or
8.
attack.
something
So-
like that, yeah.
That's worked out well for Rhyme, especially since they didn't even get the tower. Face boots on the Doom. And top. This is where first blood. If first blood isn't top, I will eat this empty plastic bottle.
You'll eat it.
It
The
has
dogs
to be.
here?
It has to be.
Is leading on that worth.
Yeah.
His ability to go and creep skip, then farm the small camp.
Not to mention that you could just AFK farm with Iron Shell
Yeah.
on the
I think
lane.
He was doing a nice rotation where he'd come down, creep skip, go back into this camp, then go back to the lane, push Doom back, and just keep doing that sort of movement over and over again.
Yeah. By the way, we're only 8 minutes in. It feels like longer. I don't know why. It's
Nobody's
tense.
died yet.
It's tense.
Just waiting for that one little mistake, one big move possibly. You're going to find a DD, not too useful for him. He's going to leave that for Rhyme probably.
Building that early mech.
Radiant's middle tower
Not
is
that
under
far off.
attack.
Face boots up on the life stealer. Pyrian, please comment on how cool my Doom looks. Thank
Pretty
you.
sure
I already did.
Yeah.
I already did, Tone.
Radiant's
Can we get a
bottom
close up
tower
of Doom,
is under
please?
attack.
Wow!
Infused Toad playing Doom.
That is a cool Doom set. That is a cool Doom set. There you go, Tone.
I accidentally clicked on the courier. I think I like the. Oh my god.
Oh, you missed it, you fool!
I blame P-Flat.
That was not my fault.
Go and look at the Doom set.
First
I was
blood.
dedicated until it's all Tone's fault. We can just blame Tone.
Yeah, that was Tone's fault. And that Ryan, by the way, has gone from being like 5th last to farm to recovering nicely. He's not that far behind, and he gets first blood. It's
Sitting
like,
on
oh,
3,000
thanks.
net worth.
Thanks for
Pretty
the
much
thanks for the
same.
boost. Richie chasing Tom out of lane.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
What were we doing? We're looking at the courier in close up. We're missing first blood. What a terrible casters.
Oh.
Jesus.
I think this is going to be the 14th time I'll be fired by Ripex now. Ripex and Will have fired me
Oh
quite
yeah,
a few
Ripex,
times.
he won't be happy about that one.
Radiant's
Oh,
middle
open wounds,
tower
well,
is under
Sandstorms, but they're just going to
attack.
chase him down. Couple more punches. Arrow catches Richie, and there's the disruption from Fedor. Can they turn this around? They might get a kill here, but no, the shallow grave going on Richie, meaning he can't get killed, and they get one. They managed to kill Sand King, and well, Cook's still in level 4. Once he hits level 6, and once Lifesteal hits level 6, things will change.
Level 9 Ember Spirit now, level
Yeah.
8 Pugner. This game has quickly turned around for Rhyme.
It really has. He still needs to eat the blast, though. That's no fun. Tyrox,
Opting for mech.
no, I like that. I do like that. Damage going down. There's a regen. Fodor will guard it. That's unlucky for Tyrox. And here goes Rhyme. Is he going to get Tyrox again? TP support coming in. There's the Nether Blast. And the Nether Ward doing a lot of damage as well, but no spells cast, and they back off.
The reaction from both teams,
Yeah.
all of a sudden, almost-
Everybody's here. It's like a party mid all of a sudden.
only the two carries are sat on that top lane now. Everyone else has joined in at mid.
Yeah. I wonder if they're going to push it down now. It's been nether blasted a few times. It's less than half health. Tyrox is like, come on, help me finish off this tower. I can't do this alone. If we can do that, we can push Ryan back, and we will mess with his farm, which is important. And there you go. Dazzle gets the last hit on the tower. Richie tangling with Fodor. Open wounds. I think he's going to get him 1 or 2 more shots. Here comes the arrow. Rage is just in time. Can he get one last hit on him? One more punch to do it. No. And they stun. And Richie's in a lot of trouble. And he dies. Fodor lives. Fodor lives on 20 HP. And Ellie is out of position now as well. Ryan is going to try and catch it. A couple of seconds left. Arrow. No, they don't have arrow. Shallow grave. She's desperately trying to juke. But it's just got burnt down by the Flame Guard. 3-1 to the Rock. All for a Fodor.
He didn't even die.
And he didn't die.
He didn't even die. Richie getting overzealous there.
Yeah.
Sees
I think
Fodor
he just thought, I've got him. But he just managed to tango, just dodge that last hit.
dancing around the trees.
Yeah. That's why just one little bite of tango is all the difference it takes sometimes. Blink on the Doom.
Dire's
So this is
bottom tower
exactly what we saw in the last game with Tyrox's Magnus getting blink doomed. Now it'll probably be Ember Spirit getting blink doomed, or maybe, as the game goes on, Darkseer.
Oh, how's Darkseer looking? Has a mech just completed it?
They are all 5 up here, and this is, I think, the danger, because yet again, Rhyme has been left mid to farm to catch up, and now he's third. Now
The range on that life drain.
Did you
Tyrox.
life drain him down?
Yep.
God damn it.
Well, tries to burrow strike away, but not long enough range. What level is he? 4, so 2 in that burrow strike. Nowhere near enough, and they've not been stacking camps for him, so it's not like he can go back into the jungle and make up his loss.
Yeah. But just, well, look at this. Rhyme will soon be top on farm. He's going to get a tower and loads of creeps.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom
Infused
tower
taking
is
the
under
fight to the
attack.
Rock. It's 3-2. They've just lost
Radiant's
mid.
tower has fallen.
And in terms of net worth,
Dire's top tower is under
it's
attack.
Doom and then Ember. Well, this is the thing, when you don't go hand of money on
Dire's
Doom,
top tower has
you're not going to
fallen.
be that kind of disgusting farmer.
Yeah. You have to make that dagger worth every single bit of gold. You've got to try and find Ember Spirit, kill him as quickly as possible, as often as possible. But the way they're going, they've pushed this tier 1 and now backing off. So they've created space, basically, for Mirana to farm here.
Yeah. Treads instead on Pugna, give him that survivability. He's got bottle, so... I mean, the thing is, because he's got that mana from the end game, you don't necessarily need to get mana boosts, and they very quickly fall off, because what's 150 mana, really? I mean, you'll regen that in a couple of seconds with his
And
int.
percentage-based mana gain items are a lot more efficient on people with high intelligence than a burst of mana.
What do you get on him next?
You could go straight into Hex after this. Or you could go for
Dagon.
Necro.
Get a Dagon.
Really?
Hell yeah.
What do you reckon? Doom the Ember Spirit before you can Flame Guard, then
Zap
yeah,
somebody, win game.
blast Decrep Dagon.
Yeah.
See ya.
He's got the Null Talisman. It's a possibility. That's all I'm saying. It's a possibility. Ryan, wisely sticking a remnant in the trees here so that he can farm. And if they go on him, bearing in mind that they only have none stuns, so he can always remnant away if he needs to.
Yeah, how did they stop him?
That's what the Doom is all about. You've got to blink Doom, but then you're not going to catch him, and you've got to open wounds. That's why I think either Dagon just so they can burst him down before he can get away, or as you say, Sheepstick just to give them some kind of CC, because they don't have any. And they're up against a team that has 1, 2, 3, kind of 4-ish stuns or disable.
But I think you made a good point during the draft. The Shadow Demon is going to be great as a defensive hero with a disruption. Once Rhyme gets doomed, disrupt, re-engage with the Burrow Strike Epicenter from the Sand King.
Yeah.
Then you've got Darkseer Wall Vacuum and Mirana hitting from the outskirts. And Thomas proves time and time again that he can sit on the edge of the fight, just shooting arrows all day long.
Absolutely. Rhyme now leading the way in farm, as is his wont. Net worth, he's now leading the way. He does farm extremely well. Can they catch someone out here?
Once again, they're slipping back into this let's farm a little bit. But we've seen time and time again, Dwayne and John Rockson so efficient at farming, so efficient at controlling the map. if you are going to spend the next 5 minutes trying to get one of your big core items, instead of holding down the enemy, getting into their faces, getting into their jungle and stopping their farm, then you're going to be in a lot of trouble.
Absolutely. Very impressive performances so far from the Rock. I think they draft really, really, really well.
Yeah.
They don't ever seem to be sort of that on the back foot with their draft. So they always seem to be sort of there or thereabouts. Normally thereabouts.
And they might stutter a little bit in the early game if someone plays hyper aggressive, but they've always got the capability to come back into it.
Yeah. Tone.
Well, finding some mud golems, unfortunately
Grab
for him.
this invis. I wonder if he's like, look, let's go on this because I can get in there and maybe we can do something here.
There's no one with him though.
Yeah, it's only 3-2 after 17 minutes. It's been a little bit slow in the middle stages here, but the fights are brutal when they do happen.
It's been 6 minutes since he bought Blink, and he hasn't yet used it.
Yeah, well, they haven't been looking for a fight. But, I mean, the thing is, if he'd maybe bought a Hand of Midas instead or something like that, he would be getting further ahead with the farm. But as it is, I mean, he's falling behind.
Let's say he bought a Hand of Midas when he bought that Blink.
Yeah.
He could probably afford a Blink now, and he would have a Hand of Midas on top of it.
Oh, trouble here. Ryan goes in. He decides that he thinks better of it. Marana goes down, and he will run away and disengage. He bumped into a whole pack of Infused guys.
Who are stacking and farming their jungle religiously.
Yeah.
We'll see a Necro from this Pugna, most definitely.
Screaming and shouting. I'm not quite sure what that's about. Tom just going about his business. And the game has gone to sleep a little bit.
What do we see from Ryan? He could go for the Battle Fury build, but I think here, going Deso or something like that might be more worth his while.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know how Ryan builds Ember.
He's always built Battle Fury from what I've seen.
It makes sense to me. He's ahead on farm. If he gets a Battle Fury, he stays ahead on farm. His Sleight of Fist is going to do an awful lot of damage to AA Pugna Dazzle. If he gets a Battle Fury and then a crit, become very difficult to kill. In terms of damage output, Infused are going to be relying a lot on the Pugnets to be able to isolate a target.
Oh, what a vacuum cook! Gets caught in the Ancients, but Mute is stuck himself. Can he get out? Surges out. In comes Doom to help his mate. Cook is in. Oh, right! Slides across the map to finish him off.
Very nicely done.
What a move by Mute. Cook going across here. He managed to get a sentry down to block the stack, but vacuum up here, getting stuck between all of those golems.
Very unpleasant. Whelp farm in the jungle. Whelp is got his Blink Dagger, and there you go. Richie, meanwhile, has Armlet going for Basher. Pretty standard build. If he can get a nice first hit bash off on someone, then that could make all the difference.
So do you reckon first Armlet into Abyssal?
Chasing Tom, leaps away, and Richie's forced to give up. What was that?
Armlet into Abyssal for Richie? Because with that
absolutely.
Abyssal stun, he was locked down right.
They desperately need a stun. And I think absolutely. You've got Blink Doom, and then you want Richie, he's got the drum, sorry, he's got phase, he hasn't got drums, of course, he's got phase, no drums, but he'll be able to hopefully get in there, close the distance, get a bash or an Abyssal off, and maybe they can kill somebody.
Take a look at that courier.
Which one?
The Radiant courier.
Radiant's
So
middle
many
tower
things.
is
Oh
under
my
attack.
goodness, Buckler, Staff of Wizardry, Neckbook, Mech, and all
It's a
kinds of
full
stuff.
mech for Tone and Necro 1 for Fyrox. Increasing their pushing power, allowing them to sustain through these team fights from Rhyme's relentless attack with those Sleight of Fist.
This tower, well, there's going to be a big scrap here, I think. They're certainly fronting up for it. Whelp is ready. He has
preparing.
Blink, he has ult. Is he going to go in here
Dire's
or
bottom
not?
tower has
Mute
fallen.
is there. Ion shells himself up. Lots of pings going down. Reuse the courier, for
Radiant's
Reuse the
middle
courier.
tower is under
5
attack.
men committed to take the tier 2,
Yeah.
while 2 people farm on the die side.
Yeah.
Tom increasing his farm, going towards Maelstrom, actually has that
Here
completed
comes the
already.
TP. Tom will run. Tyrese in here, stopping this. Oh! AAL as well, just for good measure. Well, Infused need to take a fight and they need to win it, more importantly. It's going to be increasingly difficult for them, I think, as Ember Spirit comes online. Not to mention Mirana. And as the game goes on, Darkseer getting those levels of wall becomes difficult to kill. Maelstrom on the Mirana now.
Nectar units getting in the way there of Tom's arrow, I think. And Mute continues stacking. He's going to find a little
Radiant's
problem though.
bottom tower is under
This camp
attack.
won't stack anymore.
I like to take one level of Caustic on Sankey, just one level to help with that farm. But there you go, Basher up on Lifestealer. But I guess maybe one level of Caustic again it does 90 damage, just not bad.
And how much DPS does Sandstorm do?
Oh, well, this is what Reflexi's always saying. My friend Reflexi's always saying Sandstorm is better, but that's a 75 per whatever tick.
Yeah.
I assume it's a second, more or less, in an AoE. So I think it probably is better than the Caustic. But,
Also, you're invisible and don't have to hit every creep and reset the timer on it.
yeah. But I
Big
think
items.
if you burrow through a load of creeps, they all get Causticed, don't they?
I don't believe
It's
so.
a shame. That's what they should do,
Radiant's
fix
top
Sankey.
tower is under attack.
Fix Sandy. It's broken.
Rhyme. Well, there's an Egglet 2 up on Pugna. Extra push. Battle Fury not far off for Rhyme now. And that will really change things. His farm, actually Tyrox is farming extremely well as well.
Yeah,
Keeping
definitely.
up.
Take a
But
quick look at the net worth.
Could
Now
be in
that
trouble
is
here.
interesting.
He is a little bit overextended. If they can land that arrow from Tom, it does hit Tyrox. In comes Rhyme as well. There will go the bowlers, and Tyrox down. Rhyme dominating.
I was just looking at the net worth. 9,000 on the Pugna, 8,500 on the Lifestealer. Ryan was fourth, but now goes up to third, 8,450. But the net worth and gold graft, 3,000 leave for Infused, and it doesn't feel that way.
No, it doesn't.
We talk about Dwayne and John Rockson being this really great team and efficient farming, and Infused having this excellent team fight capability, but they're proving that they can both switch and play each other's game style.
Yeah.
Let's see who does it better.
Yeah.
XP-wise, that's a massive lead for the Rock, though.
TP from Rhyme. Where's he gone? He's gone bot. The Ancients are stacked. Look at that stack of golems.
I wonder if that
Beef.
gives Ryan his Battle Fury. He's on 1,300 gold.
Richie down here trying to get farm. He's got that basher. Getting a Sanjin Yasha maybe? Oh, he's going for the Sanjin Yasha for the speed. Chase people down.
What do you reckon Doom goes next? We've seen him go Phase, Blink, Mech, Shivas or something along those lines, or again Hex? For that additional
Like I
lockdown?
said, I think that their lack of stuns is their big problem. So I think a Sheepstick is a decent shout, just to give them some chance to get in there, lock somebody down. Blink Doom is all very well, but if they can just run away, what good is it? Fodor, possibly in trouble, but Rhyme is there. Do they want to engage him? It's going to be a tough one. They decide against the Tyrox is just all alone in here.
Which way do I go?
He blocks the, no, he stayed to block the Now, maybe look for something. Maybe they could get a pick off on Fodor, they're thinking. He'll turn up, blast, decrep. Nice disrupt, arrow, the creep blocks it. Tyrox is all kinds of out of position, gets slowed. What now? Drops another blast. Is Fodor going to go down? He dare not cast a spell. Sand King coming around the back, channels his epi. Doesn't, well, he does get a couple of pulses off. Tyrox in a bit of trouble. Nice,
Vacuum
that was
wall.
nice. And they're going to chase down Mute. Mute does go down. Rhyme as well. He's doomed. Can they get a finish off on him? Richie chasing hard. If he can get a first hit bash, this could be huge. The Infest does a lot of damage. Fodor managed to save him just a bit longer with the disruption. Rhyme goes down. Tom with a double kill though. And it's 4 dead. Infused. Definitely getting the better of that fight. Lots of prizes. Multi-kills all round.
Big plays. We saw some pretty decent damage from Ryan, but all in all, Tyrox caught a little out of position, turning around with a mech Necro unit, some nice use of his
Great
ultimate.
shallow grave as well, but
Did you
just
see
bought him enough time.
Mute died to the Nether Ward? He tried to cast Iron Shell or something, or surge away, and he died to that?
That Nether Ward, man, it is very strong. And like I was saying, they're up against a team that has expensive spells, so you're going to do an awful lot of damage with that Nether Ward. And especially, I mean, because the Pugner's had such a good game so far, he's able to be in there. What? Yeah. Oh, buddy.
You may have difficulties, Tone.
Yeah, this will be tricky.
Even with Chilling Touch, but we're just going to ward out. See how
In
that
fact,
goes.
you want Richie in there, basically. Mute's like, hey, get away from my farm,
I
you
think
kids.
even Richie has trouble there.
Not his farm, but his farmhouse. His fields. I wonder what Infused can do. AA working towards an axe. That will help. They want to do work here. Can they catch? They know. They know. Oh gosh, he really did farm very quickly. Blink, Fodor, disrupts himself. Do they have Doom? Doom is down for 4 more seconds. They might be able to get him. No, he doesn't have the mana for it. It's ping-ponging all over the place. Another ward down in case to get re-engaged on.
Radiant's top tower is under
And they will
attack.
take some of this stack. Ryan,
Oh, Tone was looking for it, but
Yeah,
gets
he
the Searing
was.
Chains off.
he didn't have the backup. He wouldn't have been able to do it, I don't think. AAL is going down here just to mess with this Mirana a little bit. Richie TPing in, gets a couple of punches off on her. Moonlight Shadow, Richie not having vision, gets a first hit bash, but that's as far as it goes. 7-7. Some good fights from Infused there, but the Rock, I think, still in the lead. XP is actually, look at that. It's like a heart. It's like the heartbeat thing.
He suddenly came back to life.
I got a pulse. Tom. Wow, there's a BKB on Doom. That's good. That will help him to get in there, get that all too important Doom off on
Radiant's
Rhyme.
bottom tower is
Because if
under
he
attack.
can Doom Rhyme, I mean, then he just basically becomes a pretty easy target.
It's an easy target, and almost all of their physical damage is gone. That's why I'm quite surprised to see Tom go for Maelstrom. It helps split push, which is good against Infused when they go for this 5-man strat and try and
Yeah.
rake the back of the Rock.
Yeah, I think the problem we're going to have here is Tyrants can be caught out. Fodor deciding to back off. Ryan pushing so really well. When they need to, they just disperse and they just go about their business.
Yeah, there's two or three of them farming the jungle, then there's 2 of them farming the lanes. None of them are in any danger and they're gaining gold quite efficiently. Infused are doing a similar thing, but they're always leaving Cook and Elia behind. Whereas Whelp is gaining enough gold to almost afford Aghanims, Fodor is buying plenty of wards and keeping vision up on the map. And I've got to say, these wards from Elia, great coverage.
Yeah. The only thing I will say is, if you look at because of the Pugner, they don't have these towers. They only have 1 remaining outer tower. Now, if you look at the way the Rock play, they're very quick to response and rotate. When they're that spread out, if you can catch one, he's not going to have friends coming. You're going to be able to get a pick and then maybe get some push off the back of that. Who's this round the back here? Well, in the trees. They're going to try and initiate here. If he can get in here, channel up his ult, he TP's out.
Give it up.
He says, I ain't going into that.
The tower's falling far too quickly.
They're going
for his
to
team
they're going to
regroup.
force them to TP back here. Tom trying to get some push off on the tower.
Has fallen.
Ryan pushing there. They're going to push into the base as much as they can. Do some damage here.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Look at the speed of the push. Have they placed a Netherwood yet? No, Netherwood is not down. Another Pugner blast, and they're pushing into the base. They've taken a tower.
Tower has fallen.
Sleight of Fist is doing nothing to them.
Yeah.
They've got so much armor and sustain, the Necro books, and now the
Netherwood is
ward
down,
goes
and now
down.
they formed a little base here. Whelp going in there, but he didn't use his ult, and he takes quite a bit of damage as well. Mute gets disrupted. Fodor is walking away. Tone turns around. Who did he doom? Did he get the doom off? He did get the doom off on Rhyme. Buyback from Darkseer. They finish an entire lane of racks, and they fall back. They force a buyback out of Darkseer. They get an entire lane of racks. Rhyme is still doomed, but they're going to chase him down. Mirana is up. Rhyme once more. When Doom runs off, he goes in on Elia, but the TP out. Tyrant's interrupted by the arrow. Stunned from Sand King. Richie in all kinds of trouble. There's 2 dead. Elia dead. Richie trying to walk out of there with rage. Kirk TP's out. Mute is chasing down Richie, and they will get the kill. Triple kill for Tom.
That was almost perfect from Infused, that hit and run, get in there, Doom Rhyme, take racks, back out. But did you see that vacuum burrow strike from the Rock?
Fantastic.
Beautifully synchronized move.
Well done, Tom, someone shouts. So, 10-8. They got an entire lane of racks. That is big. If they can do that again, then that really does put a lot of pressure. AA ult coming in.
They gained map control, but they gave a lot of gold to the Rock. Those kills were absolutely massive, especially for Tom, who I've been saying is lacking in some kind of big item, lacking in farm. Buys a Lincoln's pretty much straight off the bat. He doesn't want to get doomed.
No.
I think Ryan might be looking towards the same thing. BKB's not really going to help you.
Yeah. Lincolns?
Yeah. I mean, Moran just picked one up. Rhyme has enough gold to almost have one.
His farm, as usual, extremely good. So that did kind of work for Infused, I think.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they did lose a lot, but they also gained a lot. Entire lane of Rax can't be underestimated. They should have this map control now, because there are no towers, no more outer towers. They've lost an entire lane. This will have to be handled. This will have to be managed. You're going to have to keep coming back and taking care of this.
The big thing.
Do they just do it again? Do they just say, let's just do it again?
Yeah.
We'll siege the base. We've got everything we need to do that. Let's just do it. Hopefully it'll work again.
The biggest thing is they're going for top and mid, so that draws the Rock's attention up this way, away from Roshan.
Yeah.
So that opens Roshan, opens Ancients, opens the rest of the map.
Might just be able to escape here. Vacuum from Mute. Wall goes down. AA ulti will come in. Doesn't do anything. Whelp doing a lot of damage with the epicenter, but Richie gets a first hit bash, takes him down. Ryan is doomed. Tom chasing hard. Tom running away, and they're going to go after this tower. Buyback from Sand King. Mute, they run them off. They're running them off. They're forced to fall back. Nice disruption. Is there going to be an arrow follow-up? No, Richie turns around instead. Fodal takes an awful lot of damage. Nice stun from Whelp again, and a good vacuum too. Richie doing a lot of work. Can he get some punches on Tom? He can! And that's a double kill for Richie. Are they going to be able to take out Ryan, or is he going to get away? Side to fist. Doesn't take anybody out. No, actually, sorry, he did kill Lifestealer.
And Doom dies as well. Ryan.
It's a double kill. It's a triple kill for Ryan. And this is the problem. Once the Doom runs out, Ryan could turn around and do an awful lot of damage, and they didn't get any structures.
I thought maybe they'd push up, try and draw the Rock's attention away. The top lane was pushing in naturally, so they've done a bit of damage to these inner buildings.
Yeah.
But, like you said, no objectives gained. They simply gave the Rock more and more gold.
Yeah.
It looked pretty nice, Richie fighting with the Grave on him, but Rhyme coming back in, sleight of fist, over and over again, just pummeling Infused into the ground. There's a Lincoln Sphere recipe picked up by him, Ultimate Orb already in his inventory.
The Darkseer and the Sand King combination is working really well. Really well.
Under attack.
Well, they vacuum into Burrow Strike and Wall, and then they've got Sleight of Fist Cleave.
Yeah.
So after this Lincoln's, if he goes for a crit, he could kill 3 people at once.
Yeah, he really could. Rhyme almost got that Lincoln's. There it is. So now what do you do? Now you've got to pop it with something. Now it requires more coordination. We know that Rhyme's got the reactions to see what's coming and get out. You can't Blink Doom him anymore. So that's basically taking Blink Doom out of the game, unless you're Blink Dooming, I guess, the Darkseer.
Yeah. Darkseer, Sand King are now pretty much the only targets they can go for. There's no point dooming Fowdor until you've got a Hex.
Yeah.
Because once you've got the Hex, you can use that on Rhyme, doom Fowdor so he can't disrupt, and then take him out of the fight.
Yeah. In terms of damage, I think an Axe would be good on Pugner. I don't know if they're working towards it, but life drain him. You can kill him in about 5 or 6 seconds.
My worry is that he can't, and I feel he's going for a BKB here because of the combo with the Sand King.
Exactly right. You called it.
We see a BKB on mute as well, so plenty of magic music.
I mean, the only thing they've got is as long as they can keep this lane pushed, at least this is going to keep them busy, Infused. You know, they know that they can keep this top lane pushed and they can keep the Rock busy with that. But the failed attempt to take mid has cost them a lot. I think that's put a real crimp on their sort of the impetus that they had, maybe.
There's a Hyperstone on Doom, and Richie is building towards an AC.
Yeah.
So I think Doom might be going for Mjolnir here, which is really unusual. I would have thought that Doom goes the AC and Richie goes for something else, maybe the Abyssal.
I mean, the thing is, if the bashes go their way, this really could be Richie. Oh, he manages to avoid with the rage, but he is done. I don't know why he didn't just rage TP. He's going to infest a creep. No, he gets vacuumed. Rhyme is dominating.
There was nothing to stop him.
Who are they chasing here? Chasing down. They want Tone, or they want Tyrox. Running through the trees. Rhyme
misses the series.
Turns around, gives up. But they're going to push.
Nether Ward really just pop Lincolns?
Did it?
I'm not too sure. Rhyme's Lincolns went on to cooldown, but I didn't see anyone counter.
Did he maybe decrep?
Don't know. I thought Tyrox was just running away.
I didn't see. Do you think the Sand King is building an Axe here?
He's been trying to build that for a long while now. Point booster, Ogre Club.
I mean, look, this is this big TP. Sorry, this big wave here forcing Fodor back. But the thing is, I think with the Sand King and with the Darks here, they do have reasonable anti-push with, like, you know, Sandstorm, Iron Shoal. You can defend and not die.
Maelstrom on the Mirana. Then they've got Battle Fury, Sleight of Fist. So they've got plenty, definitely, to take down these larger creep waves.
Look, he's got so many stacks of Shadow Poison there. He took out about 10 creeps.
Rhyme, 3,200 gold.
They know what's coming.
AA has Axe.
They know that Infused are going to push up.
So close.
Arrow. Is it going to catch? No. They knew Infused were coming up. They Mirana ulted them. They were waiting for them to push up, and then they would counter-initiate.
Yeah, we've used that. They were expecting the Rock to come all the way down that lane. They're going to hold back in their base, defend the top. They need something faster than Fowdor, stacking that poison this time, though. So Tom going to give it a go. They might try and break high ground here.
I think they're just going to try again. They're just going to keep trying. I mean, what else have they got? They can't let the game go on forever. And they're like, well, we've got some new items now, so let's try again.
Yeah. Rhyme has a couple of options. You can go for crit now to try and increase their efficiency in these team fights, increase their damage output, or save for buyback is probably the better option.
I mean, they could force the Rock to come out by, like, trying Roche or something, but AAL catches Rhyme. That's a nice land. But I think he probably would have wanted it as well in the fight. Well, maybe they're thinking they're going to be here. There's a Netherwood, so up they go. Nether Blast. Tone ain't back. Whelp is waiting in the wings.
They want to kill the Nether Ward. It's just out of range.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Tom found a spot.
And now they can't go. Tyrox caught way out of position. Lots of trouble, but Richie will come in. Is he going to get a bash on Rhyme? No, there's the wall going down. Mute in there as well with Tom. Tons of damage, but Whelp's ult absolutely whiffs. Rhyme on a mega kill streak. Richie gets graved. He's going to run away. AAL catches a couple. Tyrox down. Richie down. Doom down. Not looking good for Infused. And they get Mute with a double kill.
Elia, the last one standing, trying to escape here.
TP. She got no TP.
Oh, she's got to run. Keep on running. Mute's hunting with that blink dagger. Can't find.
Do you think they just go down mid and take Rax here, or do they go Roshan?
I think they go Rush, because Rhyme's going to heal up. They're defending top with Whelp, and they don't need him in the Rush pit.
Yeah.
Mjolnir finished by Tom.
Arrow.
Once again, we see Infused pushed, thwarted by the power of Ember Spirit. So difficult to break high ground with that Sleight of Fist spamming over and over again. Even when you've got items like BKB, Necro 3, Rhyme is proving to be too much to handle.
AAL will come in.
Just what do you hide?
Does quite a bit, but they should be able to finish this. Oh,
Right.
if Roshan a couple of bashes, he might shatter.
Okay, now he has Flame Guard, it's fine.
Boom.
God, things got so close. AA with that Axe level 2 ultimate.
Wow, yeah, he's only level 12. How about that?
Rhyme's going towards a second Battle Fury, not crit.
Yeah.
Sorry, Rhyme has completed a second Battle Fury.
Now, Infused have to say, well, We've almost got that tower.
Yeah.
Third time's the charm. We might get a tower this
It's
time.
on very low HP. I'll give him that.
One Nether Blast and that's got, basically.
And then they've got Naked Racks, but there's a fortification ready for the Rock. It's getting later and later in the game. There's the AC from the Lifestealer. Doom still holding onto that Hyperstone. Nothing on the Courier.
This is going to be very, very tricky for Infused. The Rock showing their class again. Looking very good. They execute really, really well.
Yeah, even with one lane of racks down. How fast did that? That was 20 minutes into the game or something along those lines. 26 minutes in.
Although
where
look
they
at the
took
gold
that top lane.
difference. It's only now in favor of the Rock.
Yeah.
Total gold is only 69,000 for Infused.
They only get the chance to really farm when Infused push in and die.
Yeah, yeah.
Otherwise, Infused are farming, you know, all the way across here. Rhyme is farming one lane,
They
then
know
they've got
where
a
they
couple of
are.
supports.
They are desperate to try and catch him.
That's why Whelp is still trying to build Ags,
Yeah.
although he does have enough gold to complete it now.
And it's been such a big part of the team fight.
Oh, top lane Faudal finds Richie disruption there. Ember Spirit, where did you jump to? All the way back to base. Faudal, sacrificial lamb. Trying to TP, poison touch.
I think they should go in top and go for these tier 4s.
Yeah?
Yeah. Hope that you can just force a fight there. Get up, because you can get up to the high ground a lot easier.
Actually, I agree with you. If they push this all the way across, it's, like you said, easier to get up the ramp. You're on the tier 4s, whereas if you're fighting here in this closed area, there's a chance of vacuum, burst strike, epicenter, but most importantly, sleight of fist and the cleave on your really squishy heroes.
Oh, Mirana ult. And they're going to go in here. Oh, Searing Chains catches 2. In comes Tone. Oh, he tries to doom him, but
No.
didn't work.
There's the dude.
Arrow misses. There's the do now on Rhyme. Sorry, no, he popped it with his E, didn't he? Rhyme getting punched by Tone. And Richie coming in as well. Rhyme will come back with the Aegis. AA gets a shatter off on Tom. Can they get a bash here on Rhyme? Yes.
Oh, the
yes.
bash.
Almost.
Can he get out?
It
Well,
comes
with
well.
a big
Doing a ton of
epicenter.
damage. Huge uppy. Tyrese gets Shallow Grave. Can he finish off Rhyme?
got
One
no
or two more
remnants.
attacks. Tyrox is out of mana. He finishes him off.
He had no remnants left. He couldn't jump to another one. Mute managing to find Cook there.
Fodal. He might dodge the arrow. Fodal's very low. Tyrox has to TP out. Buybacks from Rhyme. They're going to chase down Richie. Oh, the wall disappeared as he was traveling through the air, almost about to vacuum through it. Is there going to be arrow coming? Richie has Sanji Nyasha show he's pretty quick.
Dire's middle tower is
Yeah,
under
he
attack.
completed on Sand King.
Radiant's
Who won that fight?
Radiant's
3 Infused are dead. A bunch of the Rock had to buy back.
The Rock won the fight. They did have to buy back, like you said, but because Infused didn't gain any map control
Well, might die to
whatsoever,
creeps here. Oh, he
still
senses
Sandstorm.
just in time.
But because Infused didn't gain any map control and the Rock managed to get on the other side of the map, I think that the Rock won that fight when everything's said and done. Because losing gold for them and buying back isn't a big deal.
Yeah.
They defended their base, which is the key thing.
Tom is starting to do an awful lot of damage here. Interestingly, he has his Ring of Aquila turned off at this stage of the game.
When he's defending a lane that's pushing in
Should probably have it
with
turned
big
off.
creeps, yeah.
Rhyme, double Battle Fury, and now I think he gets crit.
They just spent a lot of money on
He
buyback.
did. But that's why I think you definitely, if he gets the Crystallis, that's huge in itself. Whereas if he saves up for another Battle Fury, it's so much gold that he'd have to wait for. And Infused are not going to give them the respite to farm like that. They're all back up. They're like, right, let's try again. We're just going to keep doing this.
The never-ending push. Here come the Necro units. They'll be enough to take down that tier 3.
Look at that. Yep. They're going to do a lot of work.
Richie.
But look at that destruction. Sleight of Fist. They got the tower, but the Sleight of Fist just destroyed their entire push.
Where do they go from here? Weave is used, so they are
The
prepared.
one Nectar Creeper's like, bring it. Very, very tough for Infused. The moment they plant the ward, that's when you know what oh, arrow.
The
Right
trouble
through
I have
three.
here, Weave was used very early. I mean, it's got 15 seconds till it's off cooldown. They were expecting the Rock to run ulti and push out their base, but
Roshan not up yet, and they are forced to fall back. Another long game, 45 minutes. Could be over any minute, or it could be another 15 or longer, depending on how it goes. The thing is, all the Rock have to do is fall back, and then you know you're going to be pushing up into Sand King and Darkseer and an Arrow that you can't see coming, and not to mention Rhyme is becoming increasingly disgusting with his levels of farm. I mean, look at the flash farming now on him, it's just insane. Oh, Tone?
I think Elia is a little bit upset at Tone. And he's able to blink off. Where do they head to now? Try and stop the farm, but
I don't think they can. I think they just have to try and keep doing this. I mean, it's like banging your head against the wall, but what can they do? I mean, they haven't got a plan B at this stage. They have to try and get up there, try and get a camp based around the Netherward and just trying to siege up, but it's really, really hard. I almost think they need a refresher on Doom is what they need. I wonder if he's going to say towards that. If they can get refresher on him, Darkseer and Sand King all of a sudden do nothing.
This is why I don't understand the Hyperstone pickup on him when Lifestealer was going for AC.
Yeah. I don't know if that was a bit of miscommunication or something.
2,000 gold pretty much down the drain so far.
Yeah.
His attack speed is almost meaningless when he's got no big damage items.
Yeah.
He's got the Alpha Wolf crit and damage aura.
Yeah, it's okay, but I mean, I think refresher would have been much better on him. Although, does he have a mana pool for that to work? I'm not sure he does.
Probably.
Not without Shivas and things. Arrow splits Infused. And up they go, in with the creeps. But the Sleight of Fist taking care of that Nether Blast. This is all the Pugna can do, is get in there, Nether Blast, and get out.
Do they try and push in again? They've got
Well,
Weave.
I think they're just going to keep going in like the tide. Every single wave of creeps, they just go in, get a Nether Blast down on the racks. If they can get 2 lanes of racks, that really does help things. But it's a big if. And they're going to fall back and just take their jungle, let the lanes push. This is where you would love something like a Nature's Prophet or something on your team. So you can keep the pressure up down here while you're taking the jungle. Or someone with boots of travel.
Exactly, I was just about to say, they could do that with the Mirana, have boots of travel on her. They could even do it with the Ember Spirit, where he puts a Remnant in the base, walks down to the lane, clears it, pushes it, and then jumps back to his base when he needs to defend the racks.
You know, it sounds funny, but I think if Tone might even think about selling the Hyperstone in order to get a refresher. Or he could buy an Axe right now, I think. But he needs to buy an item before they go up here again. I think he doesn't need to run around with 4.5 grand in the bank.
See, even if he buys back, what's he going to do? Because he's, one-hit wonder. He uses Doom. Maybe he blinks in and he gets a couple of right clicks off. He helps with a mech.
Indeed. Very, very tough. One fight coming up now will make all the difference to this game. If Infused can get this second set of racks, it could be big. I don't know if the Rock feel like they're on the back foot or if they're just forcing Infused hands, but they don't want to be here not farming. They want to be out there fighting, and the gold graph, that advantage that the Rock had from those fights that went their way, has been eliminated by this continual grinding pressure.
I was talking to one of the StarCraft 2 guys, and he said that there was literally a draw in one of their games.
Really?
Because of swarm hosts, the guys that borrow and send out swarms of guys up a ramp.
Is this with the Heart of the Swarm expansion? Because I haven't played the expansion yet.
Basically, there was one guy up a ramp with them and one guy down the ramp with them, and they would just run into each other. The game lasted like 2 hours or something.
Jesus. Did they just call it a draw, or does StarCraft say?
They literally called it a draw.
Wow. Uh-oh,
Because there was-
Tyrock's out of position, gets Burrow Strike. He is a dead donut. Oh, wait, no. Elliot, you're in there with the Shallow Grave. What can he do? Lifesteal of Fodal. Fodal disrupts himself. There goes the wall, but it misses. Tyrock's running fast. Gets another boss down. No, he doesn't. If he managed to get another boss off, I think Fodal probably would have died. And Infused the force run away. They lost Elia and they lost...
They lost a tier 4, though, in the dire base.
Yeah. Cook farming up the jungle. Well, pushing down mid. He's got his Axe, he's got Blink. He is a happy Scorpion.
Is this super mind games from Team Infused bait the Rock out of their base to a fight which they think they could win, or was that just purely out of position?
No, because they've given up Roche now as well. There's no way they would have done that, I don't think. But this could be big. Look at the item that's just arrived on Leisure. He's just
don't
got
really
his
care
abyss.
about hero kills, though.
True. But they don't have boots of travel. I mean, what if you had Tyrox had lived and he had boots of travel, he TP's in here with his boots of travel, neckbook creeps, nether blast, tries to get in here and put pressure on the Brax, or look, I mean, they've got one of the tier 4s.
Roshan
So
has
if they
fallen
can
to
keep
the
them at bay and keep the pressure up, the creeps will eventually push in and do work. Oh,
Interesting.
there you go. I didn't see that coming, but it makes sense. Kind of, with the magic damage, think about the magic damage from Epicenter, the magic damage from Ion Shell on the wall and stuff like that. It does make sense. But at this point, I think the physical damage from Ember Spirit is what's killing them. Not to mention Tom.
There's nothing you can really do to mitigate that, though. They've got AC, which helps.
Yeah.
They've got Weave, which helps a hell of a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
But there's no item which is going to stop Ember Spirit from hitting everyone with all of that cleave. I think we're waiting for the time when Ember gets that crit. We see the big vacuum Burrow Strike wall.
Yeah. This is such a weird game. I couldn't honestly say who's like neither team is in a commanding position, because you do feel that one slip. Obviously, if Infused make too big a slip, I think the Rock can come down the middle and definitely win the game. But similarly, if the Rock make a slip, they're going to lose a big chunk of their base.
And it's games like this where the gold graph doesn't tell the whole story. You know,
No, absolutely.
there's 2,500 and dipping lead for the Rock. The XP graph is a lie. Sure, they've got that massive lead, but it's almost meaningless.
This is why I think that they need to get someone who's got some kind of global push ability. And I think it could be Tyrox, but he just knows that if he goes up there, he could just get caught out so easily.
Double damage and power.
But if he could go up there right now,
Oh,
neckbook creeps
dear.
nether blast.
Rhyme finds the best
Oh
rune he
my
could
God.
possibly want. Look at that creep wave.
Oh wow,
demolish.
he could get an awful lot here. His
I
base
think
damage is 300, nearly
Infused-
350.
Infused start hiding in their base,
Yeah.
cowering in
The
fear
tables
right
are turned.
now.
And he has the Crystallis in base. Ouchie.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
That
So he's got two Lincolns, he's got double Lincolns now.
Lincoln's given to him by Tom, and the one he has in his inventory on top of that.
So he's basically, he's stuck in two kinds of bubble. Oh, Tyrese gets stunned by Whelp. There's the combo, the wall, a ton of damage, but they manage to get Sanking. He buys back straight away.
Big
They get
fight.
Ember Spirit, they pop the Aegis. They're doing work here. Richie almost killed Fero with one shot, but Ryan comes back up with that Aegis. He's going to back up. The Infest doing an awful lot of damage. Richie chasing hard. And they defend. But here comes Ryan back again. He wants to finish off this Rax. Both teams they're all up.
Their base.
Sand King rejoins.
Look at their base.
Radiant mid-range barracks are destroyed, but look at this. The tier 4s. They're going to have a naked ancient. Tom is back there to defend. Can they chase? Doom from Tone? No. It's Mirana ult. They're able to fall back. Stun from Well. Where'd he go? He's out. Like a ninja.
Yeah, away.
So they lost mid-racks. Chasing Whelp down.
Can they
Burrow
catch him?
strikes away.
They don't have blink on the light.
This is why you want to get the
here.
open wounds. He must have just got in range, and they lose him. Sandstorms, and there you go. Finally taken down.
They had no reveal, did they? So he could have stayed in Sandstorm until blink came off cooldown.
Yeah, he could have, yeah. But he didn't know they didn't have reveal.
Yeah, he might have thought there would be a sentry up on top of this hill.
And now they're thinking, well, they don't have Sand King. We have a shot here of maybe taking this Rax. And then they're under pressure.
And no buyback on Sand King as well. He's got enough gold, but not enough time.
Sleight of Fist dodges it. Richie is actually pretty scary now. That Abyssal is on cooldown, though. Ember Spirit doing so much damage, destroying that push.
They can see Tone. Arrow, mute, vacuum, finds Richie.
Oh.
Tone with a BKB, mute with a BKB. Items being used at will.
Absolutely. And look at this push now coming in the top here. If they can keep them busy, the creeps will get around the back there and might even start chipping away at the Ancient.
They need to defend this tier 4 with their lives. Whelp is alive in about 15 seconds, but this push
They
is
want to get up there. The
Here come
neckbook creeps
Infused.
go up. Down goes the Sleight of Fist. Rhyme They're going to finish off this lane of Rax. They're just going to punch the Rax and ignore everything else. Richie turning around and punching Rhyme. It's blow for blow. Rhyme is doomed. Who's going to win? There goes the Abyssal. I think Rhyme is dead. He bites back. Tom too, Tone on the killing spree. But he dies and they lose the gem. They do take the melee barracks, sorry, the range barracks, just the melee barracks left, and they're forced to fall back. The tier 4 is in big trouble.
Rage TP from Richie. Can they find the dazzle?
No.
Tier 4 went down.
Tier
the
4's
creeps
down.
are hitting the throne.
The throne?
It's one of those games where you need someone with Helm of the Dominator, get a neutral creep, smoke it,
Get
it
in
into
there.
the base, hide it in the trees somewhere up here, then boots of travel to it to take the throne.
They do have buybacks. Elliot is able to get out. I don't think, even with their amazing push, that they can push up here because they are without. Tom is way back in the base, doesn't have boots of travel, so he'll be away. Whelp is up here trying desperately to push this top lane out. This is so close. Because one more lane of Rax, all of a sudden, I mean, the Rock basically can't leave the base.
Yeah. And then it will be hit or miss. They go for the one kill, they go for the one big team fight, they have to wipe Infused and go down middle to finish the game.
I think Infused know that as soon as they're all up, they have to get down mid here before Rhyme has buyback again.
Tom does have a crit of his own, and 4,700 gold.
It's 4.5 minutes before Rhyme can buy back.
It's a really interesting remnant placement there. Oh,
And he's off. Look at this, actually, Whelp did good work in pushing this all the way back to the tier 2. The Ancient here, regenning, of course. I think Infused just say, well, let's just go push up with this massive creep wave behind us. Because if we've got Megas here, not Megas, but the stronger creeps, they'll be able to survive maybe a sleight of fist, and then you have a chance of getting up there with creeps.
yeah. Can we see the
Piranha
Rock pull off anything nice though?
And a smoke.
We might
It's
see both
Invis
teams
against
walk
Invis. They could
straight
bump
into each other. Richie gets spotted. They know that they're invisible here. Can they put some reveal down? Richie arrow hits him. That's a
Catches
massive
him.
arrow. Right, slide of fist.
That's
Pick up well.
huge.
No, the big grave from Elia. Richie's still alive. Infest. Mirana goes down. Tom's dead. Rhyme is doomed. Mirana bites back into the game, but doomed. Tone goes down. Whelp with the epicenter catches Tyrox.
Oh, the Infest bomb!
Jumps out.
Richie
Good
with a
night,
great
Whelp.
toggle there as well. They dare not cast any spells because well, I thought Rhyme might die. He almost died to the
Oh, Tyrox.
so bored. Tyrox is in
Rhyme
big trouble.
find him?
Tyrox is dead. He must be.
Yeah. Can Infused hold on?
I don't think they can. I think the Rock, all they need to, I mean, it's an MKB now on Lifestealer. He can trade with Rhyme if he can get him to go toe-to-toe with him. We saw that.
But
He's got the
Rhyme will
Abyssal
never
as
go
well.
toe to toe. He'll be
Unless he
dancing
absolutely
and
has to.
dodging all day long.
We saw in that fight mid that he did just stand and punch against the Lifestealer and it didn't work out. But another fight, they're just a bit unlucky bumping into each other.
Both sides, one smoking, one using Moonlight Shadow, literally walking into each other head to head.
Yeah, that's funny how that's sometimes what it takes to kick the game off again. 28-23, coming up on an hour mark, another long game here.
Now Infused defending their bottom
Yeah.
lane. 2 catapults. Richie has to take these out as quickly as possible. Tom pressuring top, trying to push this out. And Rhyme farming the Radiant jungle.
And as long as Tom is pushing this out, and they're keeping these lanes pushed, the small advantages that they have. By the way, the melee barracks has completely healed back up again. And now they say, let's get Roche and then win the game.
Speedy rune of haste.
Rhyme finds a haste ring.
This is where you wish you'd picked certain other heroes, and you start to think, man, if only we had Nature's Prophet.
But when you start thinking like that, you realize, but our strength
wouldn't have got
worked.
here.
Yeah, we wouldn't have got here
sure.
with that one hero. We wouldn't be able to defend the base.
I mean, the reason that they're in this position is purely because Pugner has allowed them to chip away with the Nether Blast. While they're in Roche, Infused are able to push mid lane out, but as soon as the Rock get this Aegis, they will be ready to fight. AAL is nice, catches 3.
Hey, Rhyme picks up the cheese and says, I don't want this, I want the shiny red thing. We've used, in comes Tone. Can they find anyone? Rhyme is out of there.
He's going to turn around, actually. Richie, if he can get the Abyssal off here with the Moonlight Shadow. Yeah, they needed a gem. I think they lost a gem in the last fight, didn't they?
And Tom has just been sitting on this top lane.
Yeah, look at this. Back goes Tyrese. Neckfoot creeps, trying to chip away at the base, but they're not managing it. But they are keeping the rock back in their base as we pass the hour mark in this game. We had 2 marathon games so far. The middle game in the sandwich was a... This is like, if this was a sandwich, it's 2 huge bits of bread with a very thin piece of beef in the middle.
Well, this is why drafting is so important in the current patch. The first game, very even draft. The second game, obviously, the Rhymes team pretty much completely out-drafting Infused and outplaying them, outlaning them.
Yeah.
But this game, once again, Infused had a really nice early game draft up to the 30-minute mark, and the Rock holding their own, sitting in their base, basically the old turtle style of playing. If you know you're on the back foot, stay on the back foot, don't get tripped up.
Rhyme, lots of pings going down. I think Rhyme is pinging to say, get over here, because we can catch them out. They're gonna push in this bottom racks, I think. But if you were Infused here, would you just try and like force them to go back, smoke, run down the middle? And I mean, the thing is, if the top lane pushes in, that just gives them a chance. They need to win a fight, basically. They have to win a fight. If they can do that somehow.
The question is, in a base race, who wins? Because they're a tier 4 standing for the Radiant.
Remember that, I mean, with the Nether Blast and everything, I think they would be able to mega creeps them possibly quicker.
I think Infused goes for the throne in their next push.
Yeah.
But the problem is getting to that throne.
And they're up. And there goes Mute with the vacuum. And there goes the fantastic work from Sand King. Richie, however, kills Mute. Buyback from Doom. Fodor is very low. He tries to turn around and cast a spell, but he dies. And they get Rhyme. They get the Aegis. When he comes back, can they finish him? They're going to kill Rhyme. It's a total wipe. Infused defend. Can they get to the base and push? Look, the creeps are doing the base in. Well flies back. He's going to try and defend, but there's another big wave of creeps coming in. This is when they need a boost of travel. They have to have a boost of travel. Ember Spirit buys back. He must have only just had the ability to buy back. Boost of travel now on Lifestealer. This Ancient lost about 1,000 health. Fantastic fight. I really thought that the Sand King stun and ult was going to do enough damage, but they were able to turn around.
We found the Doom. The wall was a bit off the mark and only found 2. And that was the big problem. It was Richie and Tone on the front lines with the rest of them. Tyrox focusing down the Mirana. Tom got owned by that Ice Blast and Life Drain.
They should be able, I don't know if they just go for the throne here. I think they do. I think they just run up here and just hope for the best. Try and get the stacks and just try and get... Oh well.
Need to clear a path for the creeps coming up the hill. They've got 2 catapults. Oh, Epicenter, Burrow Strike, Rhyme with a Sleight of Fist. Tone is great.
Tone lives. If Rhyme dies here, it's GG. He gets disrupted by Fodor. If they can get the Abyssal of him, Rhyme goes down. He's dead for 1 minute 20. Buyback from Mirana. They're going to try and defend.
He can't hold.
But they're going to go straight for the throne.
He can't hold.
Are they going to get it? We're going to go to game 5.
Infused with a 1-game advantage. Dwayne the John Rockson taking 2 games off them in the first 2 played games. But now Infused fighting their way back. 64-minute game. Long, drawn-out push. But in the end, Infused were victorious. Dwayne the John Rockson looked so strong at points in that game. Ember Spirit holding back that push. Some great item build-ups. But in the end, we are going to the final game of this best of 5.
I need a break. We're gonna take a short break here. We'll be back in a minute with Game 5, the deciding game of this Dota 2 ASUS ROG Cup here at I-51. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back shortly.